Hey, it's Paul, y'all, and welcome to my reaction video to the movie Brightburn. Now, before we go any further, if you have not seen Brightburn, stop this video immediately, go watch the movie. Check out my review video, the link will be in the description, and then come back here and watch this, and then leave a comment and like and subscribe. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about Brightburn, or as I like to call it, it was all the parents' fault. Now, from the jump, you know that this is going to be a horror movie, and frankly, this movie really wasn't all that scary. The unnerving, I think, is the best way to put it, mainly because it's so darn gory. And for me, maybe I just didn't expect it, but frankly, I don't watch a lot of horror movies, so maybe that's why it kind of unnerved me. But I think the level of gore, I wasn't expecting. I certainly wasn't expecting. Whenever the kid, Brandon picks up the truck and drops it in that guy's face, he basically eats the steering wheel, and then I was like, okay, yeah, that'll be the end of that scene. And then they show him laying there with his jaw hanging on the ground. I was just like, I did not expect that. I was just like, And then of course that poor police lady who got dragged around the house and left there to be a quivering mess of nastiness, who looked like she was still alive when he dropped her. I was just like, ugh, I just wasn't ready for that. Again, just unnerving. Not really so much scared, although I will say the scariest moment to me in this movie was when the kid is looking for the mom. She's hiding under the bed, and you hear that sound, and he's just kind of boom, and he's looking around for it real slow and everything. That was actually a pretty intense moment to me, and I don't know. It just left me thinking, just like, what do you do? Like, what could you possibly do with this if this kid's coming after you? And frankly, there's nothing. I mean, nothing. You're done. Forget it. This movie is supposed to make you ask those questions, which is mainly what I liked about it, which is what I said in my review. This movie leaves you asking questions like, well, what would I have done? Could I have stopped, Brandon from becoming, this evil thing? And the answer to that is no. He's destined. He's going to become this evil Superman. Yes, it's written that way, but I mean, think about the ship that he arrived in, calling him, telling him, hey, take over the planet. The fact that the first time he had any contact with the ship that was telling him these words, he automatically went to the dark side, the bad side of things, as opposed to Superman who didn't, and it's supposed to be that way. The movie's designed that way. The bad guys are supposed to win in this movie, so all that to say, though, that really the biggest reaction I have to anything in this movie is the way the parents reacted to Brandon. Now, I'm a parent myself. I'm not perfect, but I know a thing or two. And I know for a fact that if your son is acting out, even if he, has superpowers, you don't shoot him in the head. I don't care. You don't do it. You don't shoot him in the head. Nope. Not the answer. That dad, I kind of felt bad for the kid, because I was like, well, that dad's getting what he deserves at this point, because he made a really bad choice. And I understand that he was freaking out a little bit because his kid's going psychopath. But guess what? The dad and the mom are the only two people that are tying this kid to the world. They are the only emotional connection that he has. And if they sever that, he is going to go ape crap. And guess what he does? Spoiler alert, but I already did that at the beginning of the video. He's going to go ape crap. And I just couldn't fathom doing what they did to him, because how do you think he's going to feel when that bullet bounces off of his head? And I know the dad didn't know that, and I know he was crying whenever he was doing it. He didn't really want to do it, etc. But how do you think he's going to feel? And then he's immediately going to go back for the mom because he thinks she was in on it, because he doesn't know. And the fact that the mom had a moment to not stab him in the back, and she tried to do it anyway, just infuriated me, frankly, because the kid was crying. He was in her arms. He was saying, I want to do good. That was the moment. He was vulnerable. He was, he was broken down. He was broken in front of her. He was trusting her. And she tries to kill the kid. Ugh. I was so frustrated by that moment. So frustrated. And because, frankly, okay, look, you can't delay the inevitable. He's going to become a bad guy, but at least you could have had a better plan. I mean, I don't know. I thought she was going to go down the path of being kind of like the mom who was okay with him doing whatever, but still having that kind of emotional connection with the world, with the planet, like having one emotional tie. But, I just didn't go that route. I mean, and it wasn't supposed to. He's supposed to be alone, and he's going to just take it out on the world because he's full-blown sociopath with absolutely no emotional ties whatsoever to this world. So he's just going to blow it up because he can. That's it. No other reason. So I look forward to a second one, where they get the evil Justice League together. And, with those, I mean, don't expect the good guys to win. They're not. And so I actually like that. I think it's refreshing, frankly. So I look forward to seeing what they do with the character next, if anything. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my reaction to this movie. I did enjoy it. I do recommend it. I mean, of course, if you're watching this, hopefully you've seen it already. But anyway, the biggest thing about the movie is that it makes you think and it gets you talking. And I think that's a good sign for any movie. To walk out of a movie and not really have any thoughts about it, well, it's not a good thing, in my opinion. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Did you like it? Did you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Say something. I'll try to get back to you. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, that's all you need.